he's an interesting one to me because he's changed his whole what he used to be when they were this dominant team that stomped everybody and had Tom Brady, right? Like stats are for losers. The only thing that matters is we score more points than the other team.
Now,
and in the last 3.5 years, there's all these little caveats to, well, but we played well. Like, we can't turn the ball over there. But, like, I thought they did this, that, the other thing. It's like, wait, what happened to just you're here to win championships?
Yep.
And to win championships, you got to win games. And you're a sub-500 team for the last 4 years. I referenced in my column, it's just going to go over like a lead balloon, but, like, I feel like I'm watching Jeff Fisher. It's like
a stud?
Well, not that aspect of it, but it's like that's what Jeff Fisher was, right? With the forever 500, right? They were 7-9, 8-8, 9-7 every single year. And yeah, he had like a 3 or 4 year window where, the Titans ended up in the Super Bowl, but like he started his career as a 500 coach, he finished his career as a 500 coach. Bill Belichick right now, in the last 4 years, is a 500 coach.
But he's even worse than Jeff Fisher in the fact that Jeff Fisher didn't get to pick the personnel that was on the field.
This is true.
So this is, a matter of fact, if anything that makes this team the most culpable, anything you could point at the most at the reason for their failure is that this is not a team that was put together well, that didn't address issues that everybody saw they were facing before the season started.
I say this like a million times, and it's like they have such an unbelievable confidence in their ability to coach and to scheme, and that the feeling that we can take an average guy and make him above average. We can take the above average guy and make him good into great. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And for a long time they could do that, but they also had Tom Brady and they had Rob Gronkowski and they had one of the best slot receivers in the game for, whether it was Welker or Edelman or even Amendola. When Amendola got in there, he's the perfect fit for their offense. They had Richard Seymour and Vince Wilfork, and, they go back to the linebackers in the early 2000s with Brewski and Johnson and McGinnis. Like, they always had some really elite players, borderline Hall of Fame type players.
Yeah.
You look at this roster and you say, there is no elite talent. Matthew Judon, Christian Gonzalez for 3 weeks looked like the real deal. And now, both of those guys, the two best players arguably on defense are both going to be gone for
your roster as a whole.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, maybe on the team.
Yeah, are going to be gone for a while now, too.
And you only have, other than Slater and Andrews, am I missing anybody that has a ring? Like that one with the Patriots?
Lawrence Guy.
I think Guy.
Yeah, Guy was on the roster. Yeah, but needless to say, it's not like before they could lean on these guys, and I know Andrews is obviously doing everything that he can do. And I also am starting to think that, Cowherd was talking about how when Mac Jones was doing the dirty shots last year, there were some players that went up and talked to him. I like to look on the optimistic side of it, not the pessimistic, and think that a guy like Andrews was the one who went to and said, hey, man, you're going to bring a world of grief onto yourself and unnecessary hurt if you continue to do this, and you'll get a reputation, and these guys will take it out on you.
Yeah, so this isn't to like pat myself on the back, but at the time of the Eli Apple hit, and everybody, if you don't remember it, go back and Google it.
As dirty as it gets, right.
Eli's running down the sidelines. Mac cuts in front of him and then drops and basically cuts him off at the knees.
Yep.
It was absolutely, completely unnecessary. He was behind the play. There was absolutely no purpose to it whatsoever. And guys didn't like it, and guys did talk to him about it.
Who did? Give me a little. Could you what more was it like? Like what were the conversations?
Well, I mean,
like?
look for some of the veteran guys on the team were just like they talk all the time in the league about players have to. The teams don't care about us.
Yeah.
The team doctors like we have to take care of each other.
Right.
And that was an instance where they were like, dude, that's a dirty play. You could have wrecked the guy's season, career. Like, who knows what happens there if you catch him the wrong way and the knee goes backwards and like you blow out your patellar tendon and your ACL and your MC. Like, what are you doing? And to your point, there does become that. Well, your quarterback's dirty, so maybe I take liberties with you.
Yep.
Or maybe I take liberties with him. And,
yeah.
But if he's playing well and someone gets to the bottom of the pile and decides they want to twist his hand one way and break his finger, like. You kind of earned it, didn't you? Because you've done it yourself. You've done stupid things yourself.
Do you think that's why they didn't really back him up after the Sauce Gardner thing?
I didn't get too crazy about that, if only because I think the guys that would have backed him up were stuck in the middle of the pile.
Andrews said he didn't see it.
Yeah,
and he would be the guy that did it. But
that's fair.
But also, if what if you're friends with? I mean, these guys all like
yes.
are
there's
from
that.
the same
There's
fraternity.
that. Devin McCourty says, McCourty was like, Eli, and he called him like my dog or something, like my
Right.
boy, and I'm like. That just goes to show you the small world that there is in the league where these guys, they get together and it's
and it's not, even though we fantasize as fans that like it's all about the uniform and everything, but
not.
it
used to be.
It used to be,
Yeah.
but it's not. Well, I mean, Jesus, look at the Raiders. I mean, they were awful.
Yeah.
But I mean, but now, it's more about money in the fraternity.
There was a play in the game against the Cowboys. Number 6, his name is I'm blanking on.
How dare you?
Mac scrambles, starts to slide. 6 pops him. I mean, it's a good hit. Now, if you want one where, like, normally if you're with your guy, nobody did anything.
Wow.
And it was a clean play.
Yeah.
It wasn't a dirty play by the defensive back, but like
Usually there's a little
that's the
push.
kind of thing where somebody comes over and like,
Yeah.
"Kid, get off
Yeah.
my guy," or "Why you hit my guy like
Right.
that?" Like
Yeah.
he was starting to slide, like nothing.